Okay, I am, as just announced, John Sommer from Højgaard. Højgaard is, for those of you who don't know us, among the leading contractors in Denmark. We have been, we joined the Active House Alliance just before summer when it was established, and the reason we did that is because we have an ambition to provide our customers with the best possible solutions. And we would like to see the Active House become the standard for future buildings. As we believe future buildings must be environmental friendly and has the highest possible degree of livability. Livability is extremely important because we are going to use these houses. We are not just going to make sure that we create houses that are energy neutral or energy producing. We have to make sure that we create houses that are energy producing and very, very good houses to use and to live in, whether it's housing or whether it's offices or whether it's institutions or schools or whatever. We need to make sure that they are livable. That is, it is not sufficient that the energy consumption is low or zero. We need this fresh air, we need lots of daylight, as we just have heard the former speaker say. What he had realized from living in this house was that daylight actually positively affected his well-being and his family's well-being. What we hope we can do from being part of this is that we can promote and develop cost-efficient, balanced buildings that are environmentally friendly. When I say cost-efficient, it's because what we have seen with a lot of the demonstration houses made yet is that they're rather expensive. And we also heard the tenant in the demonstration house before saying that he was probably very fond of this house, but he didn't know whether he could afford one. So when we joined this alliance, we thought that we could provide productivity and ingenuity in the design of such houses, and that we can help make them cost efficient and thereby available to much more people. In order to do so, of course, we will have to collaborate with lots of partners, because we as Højgaard, even though we are a big contractor, does not have all the capabilities that we need. We need to work in close collaborations with skilled architects, with skilled suppliers, with the right equipment, and with customers and investors, because they are in the end the ones who should ask for these kind of buildings and should finance them. We expect the Active House Alliance to be a platform for promotion of ideas of environmentally friendly energy producing and healthy buildings, as participants from a number of parties, amongst which are a number of esteemed universities, will approve credibility for this idea. I think one of the problems that we have with these active houses, passive houses in the past, is that people do not really believe the story. They do only hear about they can save some energy, but they also hear about lots of problems. What I think is very important is that we can tell people that we can make very, very fantastic houses that people really want to occupy, and we can make them eco-friendly at the same time. What we would like is an Active House Alliance to participate in public debate for future building in cities, as we think that is extremely important. Moreover, we would like the Alliance to be a space, an alliance for creation and sharing of knowledge, an alliance that can help eliminate barriers such as lack of knowledge and lack of perspective. I think what we have seen looking at the news yesterday, having been here at this conference, seen all these interesting speeches and everything on how we are going to create a future, we must realize that that was not in the news yesterday. What was in the news was whether some emails have been deleted or not. And I think we need from this platform to try to communicate, to try to put up the perspective for a brighter future, and try to get these ideas and information and the knowledge we have out to a broader amount of people. And then we would like to see it as a label for an outstanding buildings. We would like to see that whenever we can say a house is an active house, it is really a house that makes a difference. We can, in this alliance, provide what we call balanced construction. That is a process, as you can see here, in which the client, the contractor, and the architects and the engineers create what we call balanced construction. That is advanced integrated design. Some of you know integrated design. What it means is that we, at the very beginning, we do not start with the architect coming up with a very, very fancy project, and then I will have the engineer to go in and put in the columns and the beams. We would like to see an integrated process where we have the main suppliers, the contractor, the client, the architect, and the engineer working on these projects from the very onset of the project, from when the first sketches are made, in order to make sure that we can integrate all the elements needed. That is, we would also like to promote a total cost of ownership. It was mentioned here on the stage before, because it's not very important what a building costs you. When a public municipality puts up a school, it's of course important what the price of the school is when it's made, but it's more important to the public community that this school, over the lifespan of 20-25 years, is cost efficient. That means that we need to go in and make it cost efficient on the lifespan of the school. What we can provide here is what we call trim build. That is lean construction and process management, which ensures that we can create and build these houses very cost efficiently. Then we can go in and provide other concepts as a balanced building concept that we created together with Velux and Ruber Architects and a few other partners, which you can see we have the frame down here in the corner, which shows how this building will, all the way down the corner, which shows parts of the building. The demo building is now standing in France and is the offset of the Velux 5 Oceans, and you can see the balanced building described in the brochures in front of you. This concept of the balanced building can be used for new building, and it can be used for renovation. It can be put on the roof of an existing building, and as it is an energy producing unit, it will help the whole of the building, because when we are to look at the energy use of a building, we will look at the whole building, and then we have a battery on top. It will help the whole building in a refurbishment separation. Then we look at the longevity and carbon footprint. That is, when we go into projects like this and create things like the balanced building, we will make sure that the building is made in such a way that it will produce more carbon over its lifetime than that was used when it was built. We have actually made some rough calculations and seen that this balanced building has paid back its carbon use in around 30 years. Then we will look at versatility, design engineering, and we would like to see Denmark become a leading contractor in this area. In order to see that, we will actually need the public sector, as also was mentioned by Connie Højgaard earlier today, that we will need the public sector to go in front and ask for very cost-efficient buildings, energy-efficient buildings that can fulfill their requirements, and we would like the public sector to look at the total cost of ownership when they tender out schools, hospitals, or whatever they tender out. We would like them to look at the total cost, because that will give us the opportunity to create active houses to the benefit of all. That was what I had for today.
Yeah, thank you so much, John.
For now.